Welcome students to the maths classes by Devendra Anand sir. We are going to start our use of second derivative test by use of polynomials first type. Here, as we know, to find out local maxima and local minima, we have done second derivative test. Before it, how can we apply our first step? Take out the first derivative of the function. It is by power rule 3x square. It become 12x. It become plus 9 plus 0. So overall we get from here 3x square minus 12x plus 9. Here 3 is common, so finally we get x square minus 4x plus 3. We can factorize it by using separating middle term method. We get this one. Our next step after this, we have to find out critical points. For critical points, we take first derivative as 0. Here first derivative is 3 times of x minus 1, x minus 3 is equal to 0. As you know, 3 is a constant number, cannot be 0. If we take this value 0, first critical point become 1. From here, second critical point become 3. Now, according to rule, we have to take out first of all second derivative from here. From here, second derivative become 6x minus 12. Here 6 is common. It become x minus overall 2. Now, we have to apply for the testing point. First testing point is our 1. If we use it in second derivative is given by 6 times of x minus 2. It becomes 6 times of x minus 2. If we simplify, we get final answer minus 6 less than 0. Means it is known as point of maxima. And the value is calculated by using the value in the function. So value is given by f of 1. It is given by cube of 1 minus 6 times square of 1 plus 9 times of 1 plus 15. We are finding the maximum value by using the critical point in the given function. If we calculate, we get 1 minus 6 plus 9 plus 15. From here, 15 plus 9, 24, 24 plus 1, 25 minus 6. 19 is the maximum answer. Now we are moving towards second critical point, that is given by 3. If we use it in the second derivative to test it, we get second derivative at 3. It is given by 6 times of x minus 2. It become overall 6. Means it become positive. So it is a case of minima. To find out local minima value, we put the value of x in the original given function. So we get here f of 3 is given by cube of 3 minus 6 times square of 3 plus 9 times 3 plus 15. So we get from here cube of 3 become 27, it become overall 54, and the next value become 27, next become 15. Here 27, 27, 54 cancel out. So overall answer become here 15. So minimum answer of the function is 15 at x equal to 3, and local maximum answer is 19 at x is equal to 1 of the given cubic polynomial. Now we are going to continue with another type of function, that is we are going to take here trigonometric function. For trigonometric function, we have given sin raised to power 4x plus cos raised to power 4x. On the upper interval 0 to pi by 2, we have to find out local maximum, otherwise local minimum values on the given interval 0 to pi by 2. Our first step is to find out the first derivative here. If you see here, function has a power, so we have to apply first power rule. Power come forward, power decrease by 1. Then we apply the derivative of base, derivative of sin theta is our cos theta. Here, power come forward, power decrease by 1. Derivative of base is here minus sin x. First of all, we take here common to make it simplify. 4 is common, sin x is common, cos x is common. We get finally from here sin square x minus cos square x. It can be written as 2 multiply 2 sin x cos x. If you see here, if we take here minus common outside, it becomes cos square x minus sin square x. Now by the use of identities, we get from here 2 sin theta cos theta means sin to theta. And from here cos square x minus sin square x, it is given by cos 2x. So finally we get from here sin 4x. By use of formula 2 sin theta cos theta. Our next point is critical point. To find out critical point, our condition is take out the first derivative as 0, means minus of sin 4x taken as 0. as we know sin theta is 0 when theta is given by n pi, where n belongs to natural number. So x become n pi by 4. If we replace the values, we get from here pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, as so on. If we see the restriction, it is belongs to 0 to pi by 2. That is only pi by 4 is the point which belongs to the interval. So this is selected, all other values are rejected for it. Now our next target is to find out the second derivative, to apply second derivative from here. If we find out second derivative, it is given by minus resistance, derivative of sin theta is cos theta, and derivative of angle become 4 from here. Now we have to use critical point in the function to find out the answer of it. Critical point is pi by 4. If we use it, we get minus cos 4 times of pi by 4. It become overall pi. Cos pi is our minus 1. So it become overall plus 4. It is the case of minima. So minimum value can be calculated from the given function. So we replace here pi by 4. We get from here sin raised to power 4 pi by 4 plus cos raised to power 4 pi by 4, and the value of sin and cos at 45, it is given by 1 by square root 2 raised to power 4 plus 1 by square root 2 raised to power 4. If we simplify, we get from here 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, total become 2 by 4. So answer become 1 by 2. This is the minimum value, means the local minima of the given function on the given interval 0 to pi by 2. Critical point comes out pi by 4 here. Now next question is find out the unknowns a and b if these two indicated points are known as extreme value. Extreme value, other name of the extreme value is critical point, we can say terminal point of the given function a log of x plus bx square plus x. Here we have given the function a log of x plus bx square plus x. Our first step is take out the first derivative. It become a, derivative of log x is 1 by x plus derivative of this become 2bx, and derivative of 1 is here x become 1. Critical point means f dash x at that point should be 0. If we use the first critical point minus 1, we get here a with divided by minus 1, 2b with minus 1 plus 1 should be 0. So from here we get minus a minus 2b plus 1 is equal to 0. Result number first. If we use here second testing point 2, we get from here a by 2 plus 2b into 2 plus 1 should be 0. From here if we simplify, we get a plus 8b plus 2 is equal to 0. If we solve these two by elimination method from 1 and 2, by elimination method, if we add them, a cancel out, b becomes 6 times plus 3. 6b plus 3 is equal to 0. So b become from here after calculation minus 3 by 6 means minus 1 by 2. Now we are using this value in result number first. First result is minus a minus 2 times of b plus 1 should be 0. We are shifting a on the other side to make it positive. From here 2 cancel out, it become overall plus 1 plus 1. So value of a comes out 2. There is no need to check out because our question is find a and b when extreme values are given. Extreme value means we have to just calculate up to first derivative should be 0. So we make the results from here and simplify by using any of the 10th class method. We are using here elimination method to find out a as well as b here. Our next question is given if curve this has turning point. Turning point means again critical point. It is like coordinates. So first value indicates x, second value indicates y. We have to find out the unknown a and b. So first step, as x and y are given, so we are replacing it first at 4 1. Means y replaced by 1, x replaced by 4. We get this one. Means minus 6. Cross multiply, we get here minus 6 is equal to 16 plus 4a plus b. So we get overall 4a plus b plus 22 is equal to 0. This is the first result because this point is the turning point lies on the curve. Now, as it is given here, turning point means the critical point. To find out critical point, first requirement is find out the derivative of the function. As it is a fraction type, so we are using here quotient rule. Square of denominator as it is, that derivative of upper become here 2x plus a minus upper as is given by this one, and derivative of bottom it is given by 1. At the critical point, x is given by 4, y equal to 1. Means if we put here x is equal to 4, derivative should be 0. That means this one. If we replace x by 4, it becomes 4 minus 10. It becomes 8 plus a minus, it becomes 16 plus 4a plus b divided by 4 minus 10 whole square is equal to 0. As you know, denominator cannot be 0, so numerator should be 0. We are going to use the value of this function from result number a. 4a plus b from here plus 16 is equal to minus 6. We are changing here. It is minus 6 multiply with 8 plus a. Value of this function we can see from here, minus 6. Outside is minus. It becomes plus 6 is equal to 0. So oral become minus 48 minus 6a plus 6 is equal to 0. Shifting 6a on the right side, sign change is equal to minus 42. A become from here minus 7. We are going to use a is equal to minus 7 in result number 1. If we use it here, we get a replaced by minus 7. We get 4 into minus 7 plus b plus 22 is equal to 0. Minus 28 plus b plus 22 is equal to 0. So we get from here b is equal to 6, our final answer. So like this, we can use the turning point again in a given function to find out the unknown a and b by using the first derivative concept only. Now we have to prove this given function does not have maxima nor has minima. If we goes to apply our first derivative of exponential is e raised to power is e raised to power, derivative of power is 1. For critical point we take first derivative as 0, means e raised to power is 0. But we know that e raised to power minus infinity is 0, otherwise it is not 0. Means there is no value of x for which we get the critical point. If we does not get the critical point, it means we cannot check out maxima or minima. So this function does not have no maxima, no minima. For this, if you see here, first derivative become 1 plus 0 means 1. Means first derivative should be 1. It cannot be 0 also. So we cannot get the critical point. So it does not have local maxima nor as local minima. For this, if we take here first derivative, it is given by 1 by x. It cannot be 0 because 1 divided by any value cannot be 0. It is closest to 0 but cannot be 0. It means we cannot find out the critical point here. So if this function also cannot have local maxima, local minima. For another function we are having suppose modulus of x. As we all know, highest value of this function, highest means we can say maximum, because modulus means absolute value, means always positive. Can you imagine the highest positive value? It is not possible to imagine. Because if you imagine 1 lakh, so some other says 1 crore. So there is no limit to find out the maximum value of modulus of x. It means it does not have local maxima. What is the lowest value of this function? We know that it is the lowest value we want to calculate, and the lowest positive value is given by 0. So this is the minimum value of modulus of function. This is the minimum value of modulus function. We can identify directly, otherwise we can represent with the help of graphical representation of modulus of x on a graph paper. Our last and final type of this topic is find out the maximum or minimum value of function without the using of derivative. For example, we are having the function is given by only x. Can we tell about the maximum value of this function and minimum value of this function? As you know, function is given by x. If we use the first derivative test, we cannot tell the maximum value. Why? Because if you apply first derivative, answer comes out 1. There is no critical point. So we cannot tell about maximum and lowest value of this function. For example, we are having suppose this function sine of theta. What is the maximum value of trigonometric function sine theta? We know that sine theta lies from -1 to +1. Sine of theta lies from -1 to 1. So we can see here maximum value of sine of theta is given by +1 and lowest value is given by -1. If the function replaces by this one, sine of 2x minus 3. So what is the highest value and lowest value? If you see here, sine of 2x has the value, it is given by -1 to +1. We need here -3. So we subtract 3 from all. We get this one. So this is the given function whose range become from -4 to -2. So the highest value of the function is given by -2, lowest value is given by -4. Now if you see here, what is the lowest value of the function and highest value of function? As you know, modulus function means absolute value which is always positive. Due to negative sign, every positive value become negative. As we have discussed, modulus value has the lowest possible value is 0. It means lowest value 0 means this is the lowest answer. Highest value we cannot imagine. No imagination we can say here. And we know that highest value negative become lowest value. It means it does not have the lowest answer. Means this function does not have no minimum. But highest value of this function is given by 0. This is the maximum of this function. Another value we can say, maybe the function is given by -10 plus x plus 1 whole square. What we can say about this? We know that square of every number is always positive and highest positive value we cannot identify. Means how much value we can add in it, we cannot imagine here. Highest value we can add, highest is the answer. It means highest answer we cannot identify. It means there is no maxima. And what is the minimum value? Minimum value means highest negative of it. How much value we add in -10, answer become small to small. That should be 0. If we add 0 in it, final answer of the function should be lowest as possible. So lowest answer is -10. This is known as minimum value of the function. So like this, we can find out the lowest and highest value without use of derivative of the given function. I think this covers your second derivative test of the local maxima and local minima. If you like and get something from the video, please like the video, share the video and subscribe the channel by Devendra Anand sir, that is Maths Classes. Thanks for watching the video till the end.